It is really hard to convince a parent to get a caregiver or to go to assisted living or go to a care home. We want to fix people, right? We love fixing people. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to fix your strategy and talking to your parent right now. The first step that I would say in convincing your parent to do something about caregiving is not to try to convince them. All right, let me explain. So instead of trying to convince them to do something, what you want to do is you want to really observe them doing things, and maybe they're doing things wrong. Maybe there are things that are worrying you. Take the next few weeks and really try to dive into what are they struggling with. Just watch what they're doing. When you go into their house, are you observing the landscape around and saying, wow, gosh, this landscaping is getting out of control? Maybe when you get inside the house, maybe there's piles and piles of paper. Are they receiving late notices and other pieces? Or maybe you look at their car. Is there a dent on the car? Is the car never being used? These are all great opportunities to open up more conversation about, hey mom, what's with all these bills? What are you doing with all this stuff out like that? And let them start talking, and allow them to talk, and then encourage them to talk some more. But only in these first couple weeks, you really start collecting your information, observing the things that you're seeing, and then coming up with a strategy either with another family member, with a spouse, or whoever those key players are in your family to make these decisions. So only until you come up with these things and start having conversations about them are they really going to kind of fly right with the aging person themselves. So talking about, hey, I noticed this landscaping problem. I noticed I saw a dent in your car. Tell me about that. These are all the stories that you want to hear, but you don't want to jump in and say, you need a caregiver, mom, right? We want you to like allow this information to process for them as well. And now everybody processes information differently. And if your parent has cognitive loss and dementia or anything like that, then this is going to make this conversation a whole lot harder. And sometimes you, as the person who's in charge, if you are the power of attorney, you have to start making decisions for your parent, which really puts you in a much different situation. I have other videos to talk about that. But from here, it's about taking that information and really assessing for yourself, what level of care does my parent need? Do they need a caregiver? Do they need assisted living? Do they need that 24-hour care? Do they need to go to a care home or memory care? And what are those options? Trying to figure out what those options are. I can help you with that part, just explaining the different options and how much everything costs. And then finally, putting a plan together to take action. And maybe that action doesn't have to take place right now, but when does that action have to take place? Maybe it's a month from now. Maybe it's 3 months from now. Maybe it's 3 years from now. I don't know. Every situation is different, but I can help you through that process. Start really observing, asking good questions, but do not start explaining why they need a caregiver, and don't try to fix them yet. Just observe. All right? Good luck.